Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Flix here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about quite a few things. This is the second series to the how to get better at editing videos. This one's going to be a little bit more advanced, but it's not going to be the most advanced one yet, but you still will probably learn a lot from this. So what we're going to be talking about today is shooting, then resetting your builds, when to do that. Also, we're going to be talking about setting up for right hand peaks, edits that will help you get the advantage, giving you that right hand peak. We're going to be talking about good edit practice, such as, edit courses, creative 1v1s, Smurf accounts, which we'll get into all of that later. Something that's going to help you in game, not going to make you panic. You want to get used to doing it in game because it's a lot different than just sitting in creative, and I'm sure most of you know that. We're going to be talking about specific edits. We're going to be talking about box fights and how important editing is in box fights, which in Fortnite competitive right now, I'm sure you guys have seen, basically every fight is a box fight because you want to protect all sides. And even in pubs, man, box fights are important. They're starting to get more popular. You're going to be getting into a lot more box fights, especially once you get better at editing and once you get your awareness up. You're going to want to box up when there's too many people around, and you might have someone push up on you. And if they're a good player, they're going to box up right next to you, and you're going to be fighting each other for that wall. And you want to know how to react in that situation. If something happens, you want to do this. If this happens, you want to do this. And we're going to talk about all of that. We're also going to be talking about watching other players and which players to watch for which specific thing you guys want to work on. And also I think I already said specific edits, but we're definitely getting into some details on those, so stay tuned. Those are going to be last. They're just really, really good edits to do in very particular situations that happen quite often. So yeah, let's start off with good edit practice. So the very first thing I would say that you want to hop into is edit courses. Now right now I'm on one right now. It's made by Raider464. He's one of the best editors in the game, and this is the map code. It's 159339863647. I'll blow it up big on the screen for you guys so you can take a screenshot or whatever. And the next thing we're going to be talking about is creative 1v1s. Find a buddy who's about your skill level and just work on going for edit plays on each other. Don't just only build fight, go for shots. Actually, try to get yourself in a situation where maybe you build two cones over them and you can edit both down, or you can edit one of them, get a shot off, and then work on placing another wall or whatever situation you need to work on. So creative 1v1s are definitely great. Smurf accounts, a lot of people don't really think about this when it comes to getting better at a particular thing. If you make a new account and you get it to account level 15, you can play arena and you'll be in Division 1. Now most of you are probably a little bit higher than Division 1, and you might be stuck in arena and it's a little bit too sweaty, but when you're in Division 1 all the way up to probably 3, you guys will be getting really great practice. They're actually not going to be as good as players in pubs, so it's a little bit less heated, sweaty. You'll have a lot more comfortability in your edits. You won't have to worry about getting popped right as soon as you open up a window like you will in most arena games. So it'll really help you guys get comfortable with your edits as you work up into the higher divisions. And when you're on the Smurf accounts, depending on how good you are and how fast you level up, if you kind of go slow, you actually get to learn as you progress, the players progress. So as you get better at your edits, the players you're going against get better, and it's actually a really good way of getting better. Also, just regular in-game situations, go for those edit plays. Don't worry about dying. You're never going to get better if all you're worried about is surviving. You gotta for a while just throw in the towel and accept the loss, because you're gonna have to lose until you get better. It's just in every game, every sport, every competitive environment, you're gonna have to lose to get better. No one just gets better by winning. And there's so many quotes by professional players that just say, every mistake I make is just a lesson learned, you know, blah blah blah. So don't be afraid to lose. Let's get into watching other players. So if you're a controller player, probably know about FaZe Sway. He's a great creative builder. He knows his stuff. But we're going to be talking about some underrated guys that can, if you watch their gameplay, they can really help you out. So the first one is called EJ Lad. He's a really creative player. Like, I mean, not like creative game mode, but like his builds, his edits, everything he does is very creative. And you could learn a lot from his playstyle. The other one is Cypher PK. He's a very high IQ player, and he's taught me a lot when it comes to editing and box fights, when to edit, when not to edit. He actually on his YouTube channel has a lot of tutorials. He calls them, I think, live commentaries, I believe. That's what he calls them. I'm pretty sure. And he'll actually play a game, and as he's playing it, he'll explain why he does certain things. I would suggest watching those. The very last one that I want to talk about is probably the best box fighter that I have come across, just overall, and his name is Hardfind. So watch Hardfind. He's a controller player. He's amazing at box fights. You probably learn a lot from him. So yeah, those are probably my top players to watch and learn from. Now let's move on to, what else should we move on to? Let's just go with the very basic thing real quick. This is something you guys really should practice because it's going to help you out a lot. So when you go for an edit, say you're in a box, and you go for the edit, shoot and reset, just where and I mean, I've practiced it quite a bit. I'm still kind of sloppy with it, so the more practice you get, the better. So yeah. The next one we're going to talk about is setting up for right hand peaks. So if there's a guy, he's out here, this edit's probably your best one. Easy to reset, easy to get right hand peek off of, and you can even do that thing that I taught you in the first series, is back up, which is just a little bit less expected edit. The other one is just going to be this window right here. Even if you take a player's wall though, this edit's just going to be superior. You do want to be practicing these. As I can see, I need to be practicing these, my gosh. Yeah, I'm very sloppy right now. It's like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. I'm kind of tired, so please forgive me for my bot gameplay. But anyways, I don't have to impress you guys to tell you what you should and shouldn't work on. But yeah, work on your double edits. This map has a lot of great ones in it. These guys right here, so this section over here all the way through here is just combo edits, and it should really help you guys out. This one is basically the beginner level, and it gets harder as you go this way, so I'll just show you real quick. Alright, so that's basically the basic one. I'm not going to go through all of them, but this is what I mean by combo edits. Edit please, thank you. Yeah, I'm just all over the place tonight, but anyways, we can get into the specific edits now. There's really not much more I can talk about other than, well, actually, box fights. Almost forgot. Please forgive me, guys. I'm really tired. I'm just trying to get this video out because I promised it. But so you're in a box. Let's say the other player's over here, and they have this wall. If you're on controller and you use Builder Pro, as you break the wall, you can actually hold the trigger down and your build at the same time. Your build key or button and your trigger button at the same time, and build a wall, all while breaking the wall. So takes a little bit of timing, but that's a really good way to steal walls. It's kind of an advantage for controller players. You can actually get it weak with the shotgun and do it. It's a little bit quicker. So yeah. But anyways, after you get this guy's wall, so we hit it once with our pickaxe. We can shoot once. You're gonna want to hit this edit and then build a ramp. Now the reason why you want to build a ramp is because once you hit this edit right here, he knows that you're going for it. He's like, okay, you got my wall. He's going for the edit. I'm gonna pop him as soon as he opens it up. But you can actually build a ramp before that shot goes off, because building is always faster than shooting. Remember that. It's always better to play defensive until you have all the cards right. So the first edit you want to do is like this. If he's on that back wall, his feet are actually going to be phasing through. I'll show you. So the ramp's like this, right? So over his head. If he's backed all the way up, you can shoot through this. And more than likely, he's not going to be expecting that right there, and you can get a free shot off him at least once. And once you shoot, he'll probably jump, move around, and you won't be able to get another shot. So at that point, you're gonna have the ramp this way, and if he's a good player, he's gonna try to break it. So watch for the break. If he does break it, he's gonna break it. You're gonna be holding it, so he won't get the ramp anyways. And at this point, you can do this edit right here. Now he's gonna see that opening, and he's gonna run for it. So down here, it's gonna look like this. You're gonna be up here. He's not gonna have any free shots. He might come over and try to do this, but you're still gonna be set up for a better shot anyways, because you'll be able to see him come around. You'll be like this, and if you do see him start to move, the best thing to do in this situation anyways is just come up here, hit this edit, reset it, and he'll be trapped anyways with his back turned to you. And in almost every situation, he'll have his back turned to you, because he's either going to be right here, he's going to see the open, he's going to go for it, he's going to get trapped like this, right? Now even if he goes for the shot on you, and he's down here, he's going to come out, he's going to go for the shot, he's still going to be trapped, right? So the best way to do this edit, as soon as you make it, as soon as you confirm it, you're going to be up here, confirm it, reset it. And if you're standing right in the right spot, which is right here on this little like flat piece right here, anywhere you're standing right here, you're gonna phase through. Another one that you can do is this right here. It's a little bit harder, but basically same thing. And then you can always go for the this edit too, which I do hit this edit every once in a while, especially if they're just not ready for it. You know, you edit the wall, build the ramp, and then if you're quick enough, and then you got 2 layers of protection. You can hit this side. And this is what I'm saying when it comes to quick resets, quick shoot to reset. So, you know, build the ramp, flip it on the shoot, hold the ramp, do that edit, do this edit. Oops, I messed up. Oh, actually, I just realized something. So, a good point to make is after you flip the ramp, if he doesn't break it, go ahead and flip it back, and then do your edit. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get up on top like you need to in order to pull off the full trick, I guess. So always implement a ramp. Even if you get the guy's wall, you're going to want to throw a ramp into their box, because for a lot of reasons. For one, it's going to put them in a situation where they're not going to have the full movement that they have, so they'll have to do this edit to get out. They'll have to do this edit, you know, for whatever reason, they'll have to get out of the box. No one's going to sit here with a ramp, with your wall and their ramp sitting right here. Come on. What is going on here? I must have fixed that. But anyways, yeah, no one's gonna sit here, right? You have a ramp over their head, so they're not gonna be like, okay, I'm just gonna wait for this edit. And if they do, you know what to do. You know, they're waiting for the edit. You got your stare. Go ahead and do this. Bam, you know, right in the face. Now, let's talk about someone takes your wall. I kind of already explained it a little bit, but someone gets this wall right here. The first thing you want to do, build a ramp, protect yourself, then edit out. Now you want to build a box around yourself, wait for them to push through. You got a free shot on them. Pretty self-explanatory. You always want to get, you know, some type of build in between you and your opponent. If you can't, if they're in the same box as you, if they're in here with your ramp like that, don't try to edit out. Don't try to build. You have to recognize the situation and be like, okay, I just got a 50-50 this fight, and just start spraying your combat, because that's pretty much the best option you got. But for whatever, alright, and however way you can do that, try not to have that happen. You know, always try to have some space between you and your opponent. Now let's talk about the specific edits that I was talking about earlier. So the first one is going to be this right here. So you're building up, someone else is building up, and there's two edits that we can talk about from this situation right here. So this guy gets the wins it, right? And let's say the opponent wins it. So the first thing you want to do, right, box him up. Now, as soon as you box them up, if you don't have traps, you're going to edit out, little floor, little ramp, right here. Okay, they're not going to be expecting that. You're going to hit them with the cone floor. So like cone, floor, edit out right here, floor, ramp, reset, bam. Okay, now I'll say you're in the other situation. A couple edits you can do. So this guy wins the fight, and you're this guy right here. Actually, wait. You get coned, right? Walls around you. So your best situation, your best option in this situation, put the ramp and just 50-50 the fight. Try to kill him before he puts those traps down. If he does put the traps down and you have this ramp flipped, if he puts it on this wall, run to the opposite side. If he puts two, just basically, a lot of people don't understand, but when a trap is placed on one wall and you run to the opposite side, that trap can't hit you. If there's two, a lot of people will panic, but obviously, so he puts the trap right here, you're going to react, run to the other wall. There's going to be a trap that appears right here. If you're already smashing out of this wall, you're not going to get hit by it. So your first reaction, run to the opposite side, and as you're running, start beating that shit down, because you got to get out of there. Alright, the second option, or the second situation that you're going to be put in, is you're down here, you get ramped over. We'll say you get ramped over right here, and pretend that this cone is a ramp. It's the enemy's ramp. He builds a box around you. You're trapped, right? Well, if this is your floor, get out. If it's not your floor, break the floor. Pretty simple. I know in the heat of combat it's hard to remember all of this, but just keep it in the back of your mind. And once you get it right once, it's usually pretty easy to get it right the second time. We have a couple other specific edits that you can work on to talk about right now. One of them being, so you're in a build battle with a guy, you know, y'all are way up here, and you win it, or maybe you don't win it, but for whatever reason you have to get down, right? So the first thing you want to do, I'm sure you guys have seen this before, where you waterfall down, you know, do this. There's actually a quicker way of getting down though. You hit your edit, so it's a lot faster, and the reason for that is because when you're waterfalling down, let me get back up there so I can have enough time to show you. That was a lag spike. Feels bad. So yeah, you're up here and you're waterfalling down. To do the standard way, you have to run off this, you know, the thing. When you're doing this, you don't have to move. You know what I'm saying? I didn't catch myself, but yeah, I would have died. You know, blah blah blah. Haha. Anyways, I don't even know what I'm saying. Blah blah blah. Haha. I'm so tired. But anyways, don't flame me up too bad in this video, guys. I'm sorry. But anyways, yeah, if you are editing down, it does take a little bit more practice. It's probably not as comfortable, especially if your edit button is you know, another button. Like, say your edit button is triangle and you build with a circle, then you're gonna have to be pressing 2 of these buttons. But if you have quick enough hands and you just practice it, it's not that hard. Once you get the hang of it, it's not that hard. So yeah, that's about it for now as far as I can think of. Let me check my notes real quick, make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, alright, that's gonna be it for today's video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you could bear with me. I know this one kind of sucked. I'm a little bit tired. I know I've said that a bunch. Just I hope I got all the points across, and hopefully you do learn something from this. I know it was pretty terrible quality, but I promise the next one won't be as bad. I won't procrastinate as much as I did this time. I'm off for 2 days, so I should be able to get a good video out. Alright, peace.